Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a video on age-appropriate makeup for someone who was in 6th or 7th grade, and then I'm going to show you how to add on to someone who's a bit older, so you can add from the 6th and 7th grade makeup to like 8th grade to even a freshman in high school's makeup. So yeah, I'm going to start with some tips and tricks and some terminology, and then I'm going to go into the look. Thank you guys for watching, and without further ado, I'm going to move on to the tips. My first tip is to invest in makeup application tools. This can enhance your makeup look, just make it look better and more professional. Before mascara application, I would recommend curling your lashes. So this is a tool that you can invest in. Mine was $1, so you can get these for pretty cheap and still working well. And also brushes. This in particular would be a blush brush for like blushes or maybe even bronzers. There's lots of different brushes, and I could do a whole separate video on all the brushes you can get, but that's just what I'm going to say for now. Eyeshadow brushes are definitely necessary because you don't really want to use the applicators you get from like eyeshadow palettes and everything. So yeah, invest in tools. It will help when you apply your makeup. My next tip is geared to like complete beginners. If you are just starting out with makeup, you don't need to go out and buy a whole bunch of different eyeshadows, foundations, powders, stuff like that. There's a few basic products that you probably want to invest in. I would say like one blush, a concealer that's around your skin tone. Mine is 4 different concealers in one, but don't go buying anything expensive either. The products that I'm showing you today are all going to be drugstore, so they're cheaper. They're usually under $10, and you don't want to buy a whole bunch of really expensive products because you're not sure if you're going to use them yet. I would recommend buying a mascara, chapstick or a lip gloss or something like that, and maybe some sort of powder, like a light translucent powder. And translucent basically means like any skin tone can wear it because it doesn't have any pigmentation. And then of course your tools. My next tip is actually some terminology, and when you're doing your makeup, what you want to know like what is the parts of your eye that they're referring to, because sometimes eyeshadow palettes will have things like this one where it says like lid, crease, and then it says line. So you need to know the parts of your eye. This part right under your brow is called the highlight. This kind of deeper part right in the middle of your eye where there's normally a little line, that's your crease, and then this part of your eye right below the crease is the lid, and then there's the lower lash line, which is down where the lower lashes are, the upper lash line, which is where the upper lashes are, the inner corner, which is right here, the outer corner, which is about right here, and you have your waterline, which is right, that skin like right beneath your eye. So yeah, those are your terminologies. So on to the actual tutorial. I'm going to be starting by applying a facial moisturizer, which is much like a lotion for your face, and that just hydrates your face and keeps it looking nice and fresh. And I'm going to be applying a concealer to my under eye circles and any blemishes or redness that I might have, and then blend it out. I'm then going to be applying the translucent powder that I talked about earlier all over my face with a big fluffy brush. My brush is from a brand called Sigma and is rather expensive, so I recommend you getting something else. There's lots of other brushes out there. Then I'm just going to be applying the blush that I showed you earlier with the same brush that I also showed you earlier. And this one's a bit smaller, so you can focus it on one area of your cheek. And then I'm going to be applying my mascara after curling my lashes. I know I didn't show me curling my lashes, but do curl your lashes first and then apply your mascara. Now I'm just going to be applying my favorite chapstick and finishing it off with a pink sparkly lip gloss, because you can never go wrong with pink and sparkles. So for the more advanced look, I'm going to be starting by applying this kind of neutral nude eyeshadow all over my lid, and I'm going to be applying this from a quad. And quads normally will give you instructions on like where to put each eyeshadow, so that's why I'm doing that. And then I'm going to be applying the second darkest shade in the palette, or the quad, in my outer corner, and also be applying the lightest shade as a highlight right below my brow bone, with the same fluffy brush that I used for the crease, and then I'll be blending it out with the big fluffy brush here in a minute. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, quads normally give you instructions on where to put each shadow, which is really great for a beginner, so you know you're putting the right shade in the right place. So now I'm just blending it out.
Okay guys, so thank you for watching, and I hope this video was helpful. Also, remember that even if you are older, you don't want to wear eyeshadow every day, especially as like an 8th and 9th grader, because it is quite dramatic and you shouldn't be wearing that much makeup at a young age anyways. It's just my opinion. Save it for like special occasions and dances and things like that. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and goodbye.